and done. Every beautiful thought's been already sung, and I guess
Round of applause for I need a volunteer from the audience to come up and to participate with us. You don't need to say a word. It's a very simple game, very simple exercise. Need a brave volunteer to step forward. If not, I will send someone in the audience to get you.
We're coming to the party.
Go get someone.
Violently.
Hi. What's your name? Corey. Yay, Corey.
Corey, she'll explain a little bit helping you with this over here. What you're going to need to do during the course of this game is to provide sound effects. Closer to the mic. There you go. The microphone. So what you're going to do during the course of the scene is provide sound effects for everything that's going on here. So for example, if Kris were to slam a door shut, louder. Okay.
Both ends of the spectrum there.
Happy medium there. And if Mike were to choke a really noisy cat, it would sound something like this. So what we're going to be doing during this scene, you're going to listen to what's going on here. You're going to provide the sound effects. You don't have to justify them. But if you want to, you can throw in your own sound effect. Whatever you want to, they'll have to take care of making it work, okay? If I could get from you a occupation, some kind of manly or noisy or occupation that you would have to shower after you do it.
Gynecologist.
What?
A gynecologist. You have to shower? Or you
have to shower.
Depends how thorough.
I'm not really sure what you're doing in there.
Proctologist.
Well, that's kind of both ends of the spectrum, too. Okay, well,
You're ologists.
we're doctors. I'm going to get 3, 2, and 1. Scalpel. Not so loud. All right, I'm going to make the first decision.
I did not sign up for this.
Put your dang mask on. Like that.
I don't want to wake the patient.
He's good. Right. Continuing first incision. Wow! Look at all that stuff! What's that? Put that back. Put that back. All right, so we're in here to do a full transplant.
A full transplant?
A full transplant.
Of the noisiest body part in the whole body.
Ever.
The spleen!
I wonder what that sounded like. So I think we have an extra one over there.
Yes.
So get it off your lips.
Got it.
Oh.
It was a little squished in my pocket.
It's all nice and warm.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, taking the old one out.
Oh, it's the noisy one. Bullseye!
And putting this one in. All right, I need a drill.
There's bees guarding it!
Take the spray. It's a lot of spray.
Yeah, there were a lot of bees.
All right, ready? And drill.
Okay, which one was the spleen?
That one.
Oh boy. Alright, I think we have some reconstructive surgery to do.
Spackle.
Spackle! Let me check the heart rate monitor, make sure he's still alive. That didn't look good. Well, he's dead, but there's a submarine about 40 feet
Man the torpedoes.
We've been performing surgery underwater way too long. I hate this job.
30 degrees to port.
30 degrees to port.
Your other port.
Other port.
Thank you. submarine and nice and dried out. I want to remind you guys, we've got slips of paper on your tables. We're going to be using those later in the action. We need you to write down movie quotes or interesting sentences or anything that you might want to shove in our mouths and make us say. We'll be pulling those out later. Hey. All right.
$5 bills.
So our next game is one of my favorites. I've been growing out my mustache all week just for this one. Can I get the 3 contestants on stage, please? This is our version of Jeopardy. And in our version of Jeopardy, you guys are the answers. They will come up with questions. So if I call out cheese for 200, somebody give me cheese. Provolone, Dave would say.
Won't be provolone.
There you go. All right, ding.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
You're going to be on the spot a lot. So I have the categories. Let's meet our contestants. Contestant number 1.
My name is Jim, and I'm from Coleman.
All right, Jim from Coleman. Thank you. Contestant number 2.
Yes. My name is Cynthia, and I make art.
The artiste,
Yes.
Cynthia. Contestant number 3.
I'm Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. We have a special celebrity guest on tonight. So our first.
They're cows in Coleman.
There are cows. Perhaps Celeste will Cynthia will take a picture for you.
I make art. That's what I do.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
I'm Keanu Reeves.
Whoa.
You do not make art.
Harsh. Our first category is trees. Trees for $100. Weeping Willow.
What Willow did when he saw Bill and Ted.
He weeps, yeah.
I'm Keanu Reeves.
Jim.
What that lesbian chick on Buffy the Vampire Slayer did after she saw Keanu naked.
Ding, that's correct. All right. Our next category is cooking terms. Cooking terms for 200.
What is basting?
Basting.
Yes.
Whoa.
A new host.
What you would get if a bee stung you in the Chesapeake?
A basting. Yes. Jim.
That was good.
Can't do any better than that.
Keanu.
I don't get it.
Ding, basting is correct. Our next one is foreign capitals for 200. Hong Kong. Cynthia.
Who is the king's sister? King Kong.
Ding.
Is that like totally true?
Totally. I think we had another foreign capitals for 300. Djibouti. Jim.
What I was doing backstage.
Okay.
Jim. What is a Semitic backside? A Jew booty.
Ding, that's correct. All right. Let's go back to cooking terms for 300. We have a lot of chefs in the house.
Fricassee.
Fricassee and fricassee.
And the 2 letters that come between fricas B.
Ding! Keanu is correct for once in his life. Let's go to a new category. SAT vocabulary words for 100.
Whoa.
What Keanu just said.
We need an answer first.
Oh!
Belligerent.
What word precedes belligerent? Belligerent. Belligerent.
Cynthia.
What is the container I put my detergent in? Belligerent.
Yeah, no, save us.
I never took the SATs.
That's obvious.
Okay, let's go for our next category. Scientific names of body parts for 200.
Femur.
I heard femur. I heard another one, but I couldn't hear it. Femur. Celia.
What is a girl lemur?
Jim, what you pay for a myrrh? It's a femur.
I think we have a tie. All right, our final Jeopardy question is: we're going back to trees. Trees for 500.
Conifer.
Conifer. Genu.
What happens when I take a bear pelt for all its money?
Conifer. Dang! Thank you, Genu. And thank all of you.
All right, for this next game, we're going to need those little slips of paper that you've been writing. So if you can gather those together, Kelsey will be coming around to gather them from you. Hopefully, they are clean, family friendly, because we are going to take those and make them part of our script. We are not scripted, but you have provided some lines to say for this next game. David and Pierce, I believe, will be up here. They're going to be doing a scene, kind of like you've been seeing all night. But throughout the scene, they're going to have these slips of paper. They, of course, don't know what is written on them. They're going to have them in their pockets, and they will be pulling out a slip of paper, and they will just have to say whatever that paper says, and as if that's what they meant to say all along, and continue on from there. So a lot of fun, a really fun game. So in order to get going, do you have slips of paper? Where's?
They're coming.
Oh, they're coming. Kelsey's okay. For this scene, let's see. There's some good food out there. You, sir, when you were little, what did you always want to be when you grew up? Remember, like some occupational fantasy or something? An astronaut. An astronaut. Excellent. So, scene about astronauts, whatever that may mean to you. We have pocket slips for each of you. Scene about astronauts. In 3, 2, 1.
Stephen,
Yes, Bill.
I want to fly you to the moon.
I've always wanted to go. It's so pretty, hanging up in the sky.
I remember the first time I saw that moon, I looked at myself, and said, all men die, so men really live. And it felt so
Close enough. It's the moon. You know, moon, it's Luna. It stands for lunacy, and when you look at it too long, it can drive you crazy. It make you say weird things.
It can. And the meteor, they come barreling down past the moon. And it's Russia.
Wow. That old Russian saying, whenever a meteor strikes, and that happens a lot in Russia because it's large. So they actually made a saying. They stand on a wall and say, nobody's gonna hurt you tonight. They're talking about the asteroids.
I feel safe about that. I feel safe when I'm in Russia. I know I'm protected. I know that no matter what, they won't get after me. I remember the first time I was in Russia. I talked to my therapist, and she said, everybody dance now. She realized I was white and had no rhythm. So it didn't really last very long. It was perhaps some of the worst advice she ever gave me.
I don't trust therapists one bit. The last time I went, I told her my problem. Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa!
Perhaps if you spoke in English, you would have understood her. I know what that means. I love long, I love hard.
Well, that makes sense why my mom slapped me.
I remember your mom slapping you. I remember she said, does this make me look fat? She held it in her little hand.
And it did.
Are you sure you're not from Coleman?
I grew up there before I went to Russia. And before I joined the cosmonaut program there, because the astronauts, NASA wouldn't take me here, I had to go all the way over there. But they're closer.
Okay, get on with it.
So the first rule of being a cosmonaut is get your butts above the hard deck
No. So I did.
You can write your name.
I had to abbreviate it because I hadn't had much to drink that day. Easy. It's just,
Well, let me add a subtitle. Does he look like a B word?
You can say that on TV.
Oh, we can? Does he look like a bitch?
Yes, you can. I do.
You can.
Oh, no, I just confessed to that, didn't I? What I meant was I'm not a bitch. No, I love life. I do. But always remember, jiggle fart. Giggle fart. Looked like jiggle fart. It's actually giggle fart. That's the first spaceship that I took into space. It flew on the USS Giggle Fart. You should have seen the exhaust as we took off. It made them giggle.
It made me giggle watching it. Because the fumes that come out of that, it's something amazing.
Oh, but don't breathe in the fumes. You know what happens if you breathe in the fumes?
What?
Flip table. You're illiterate. Go ahead.
Okay. I took those fumes and I marketed them. Because that's what you do in Russia.
You market fruits.
That's how we fund the space program.
Oh! I
I
see.
mean, we're broke. We're Russians. You wrap the perfume in plastic wrap while I clean the urinal.
Well, you go tend to that.
Well, like I said, we have to make a lot of money.
There you go.
Somehow. Cleaning urinals, wrapping perfumes.
I feel the space program has brought us closer together. I think when I look into your eyes, I can say I was assaulted by Keebler elves. If you were taller, I wouldn't feel that way.
End scene.